Jessica Lynch, man. So Jessica Lynch was part of a logistics convoy. I think she was either in Third ID or I'll have to refresh.
I think they were attached to Third ID.
Yeah, but they.
I think it was a 520th composite.
Yeah, you're right.
Like that.
Their convoy got ambushed. She ended up getting held hostage, I think, or anyway, she was in captivity. Were you guys part of the QRF?
So no, we were actually part of the assault force for that. In POWs, that's another thing that people don't realize too. That was another thing we were hunting. There was POWs still that were believed to be alive from Desert Storm.
Oh, really?
Down pilots. Yeah. So Jessica Lynch, obviously everybody at JSOC's tracking this. That this convoy got rolled up.
Yeah, because she wasn't the only POW.
No, at the time it was. I want to say they'd recovered like one or two of somebody from the convoy that they'd left behind, or maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong in that. But at the time, there was like, hey, there's multiple survivors of this, and they're prisoners of war. So we basically spun out for that. Us and 175 spun out for that, and we flew out to an airfield that was actually. When I actually saw it in the daylight, I was like, holy shit, like we're really close, really close to that city. And I can't remember the name of the city. It started with an N.
An Nasiriyah?
Yeah. Okay. I think so, yep. So that's where the city where we had intel. We had human intel that basically said that, hey, she's in this hospital. She's the only survivor. And we're going in to basically do a rescue mission for her. And I want to clarify this, okay, because I've gotten some freaking blowback from this. The intel we got at the time, okay, this is what we were told. Again, I'm going to repeat it a third time. This is what we were told. The city was so heavily fortified that the Marines had actually tried to take the city and been pushed back and sat back outer cordon positions. And they basically just had the city surrounded, but they could not get into the city. Okay, this is just what we were told. Okay, so we were told, hey, we're going in, we're doing a helo mission. We're going to secure it, and then we're going to bring in a ground convoy with 175 to basically rescue Jessica Lynch. Okay.
It's almost like when you consider it's almost like a Black Hawk Down type scenario. You're going in to get somebody.
Exactly. But again, this is what we were told. Yeah. So we prepared for war. We thought in, and I will straight up tell you that we took 46s in, C-46s, which are like Chinooks, but they're smaller. And they're made to land on aircraft carriers. Okay, I believe they're flown by they're either Navy or Air Force. I don't know. It's all we could get, enough of them to actually take us in. But I mean, we were preparing. Like they did a big ammo dump. I mean, I remember one of the squads, like. I just remember looking at them and I was like, oh my God, like, how are you effective? Like, literally, the 203 gunner had like 2 bandoliers, had a belt bandolier. I mean, he was carrying like 40 rounds of 40 mike, like 16 rounds. Like, SAW gunners carrying like thousands and thousands of rounds. And I mean, I was just like,
do you think that was kind of, an outplay from Mogadishu?
Probably. Yeah, definitely. Like,
plus you got Roberts Ridge.
Yeah, that's fair. I will say that, like, me and Mark talked about it, and we're like, dude, like, yes, we want to be prepared. Like, in Mark, we're like, okay, we're gonna grab a couple extra. Like, I grabbed an extra SAW drum, You
still got to be able to,
but you got to be able to move and fight, and and the other reality too. And I remember telling Mark this. I'm like, at the end of the day, if we're in that big of a firefight, we need that much ammo. There's probably gonna be some extra ammo lying around. And he's like, yeah, that's a good point. Well, let's not say that to anybody. You're like, okay, fair enough.
So it was 2 companies of Rangers?
Yeah, it was all of BCO, 275. Was there another platoon from 275? I don't remember.
I think the reality is, bro, you don't have to be historically correct. I mean, I think we can say maybe or about.
Yeah, so and I do know that we did the helo, and then 175 was a ground convoy. Okay. So anyway, I sat down my team. Like right before we were getting on the helicopters, we're getting ready to load the helicopters and go. And I'm like, listen, guys, like, heads up baseball here. Like, we're going in. We're going to do what we need to do. We're going to make it happen. Like, I want you guys to know I love you. Like, we're going to make it through this. Like, but I'm preparing for Mogadishu. Like, I'm preparing for
How much intel did you have? Did you guys have a layout of the building?
We had complete GRG. We had probable enemy fighting positions, bunker positions, like, where we thought they were going to set up, like, to, try to ambush or we try to move in. Like, we had pretty good intel.
Were you guys getting intel on, like, possible force sizes you guys were going up against, or
I don't remember. I don't remember what they said. I don't know if there was ever a number attached to it. I just know that they'd said like a Marine brigade could not get into the city because of the resistance. So we're like, okay, cool. Let's send 2 Ranger company. That checks them out. So
Rangers lead the way.
Right? God, we're gonna get so much heat. Maybe I should like re-say that so you can like clip it perfectly. Yeah. Send 2 Ranger companies to do what 1 Marine brigade can't.
Rangers lead the way.
Oh, hey, I'll tell you what, man, the comments alone, the amount of times that people, if you just clip that, the amount of times that people would just say, Marines have entered the chat. You'll get that comment at least 500 times.
And I love the Marines, man.
I love Marines. I'm just, again, I'm trying to be funny, but this is the intel we got.
Sure.
And I just didn't know any different. I'm a sergeant, I'm just going off what we're told. So anyway, so it's this huge, just like C-46s, like tons of C-46s, because you can't, I think you fit about a squad and a half. You can't put as much as you can put as a 47. It's about a squad and a half. Maybe it's 2 squads, but it's right around, like it doesn't actually carry that many more people, if I remember right, like than a Black Hawk can carry.
It's like 8 or 10 just transports.
Yeah, right. So, and this is enough for a whole company plus, okay? Because this is the mission, man. We're going to rescue a prisoner of war, okay? Like one of ours. And we're going to send, okay, fine. There's one alive, okay? But we're willing to send and we're willing to risk all of these individuals for that one person. That's what makes us different. We're going to do it, okay? And if 50 of us died at risk to just one person, then, well, it's time well spent. That's what we signed up to do, right? But we're not leaving her behind. So we land, and I remember landing, and it was my first time on like a 46, so it was super freaking weird because, and just Navy pilots are not 160th pilots, just to be honest here. They can land on a carrier probably, well, maybe not. I don't know, 160th does that too. But anyway, we land, and I'm like, okay. And then we like sink, and I'm like, what in the hell? Like you could feel it like sinking, and you're like, God, that's like deep sand. We're in mud. And then like I can kind of like see the ramp, and the crew chief like tries to put the ramp down, and he can't get it very far. We're like, so like we run up the ramp, and basically like, because there's not much distance between when a ramp's up, and a ramp's down. And again, these are conventional guys. They're not 160th guys. 160th guys, having doors, and the ramp's down the whole goddamn time. Like we don't follow safety protocol, we're not like the conventional army. So it's definitely different. But so we're like trying to get out, and we're like fall. And I'm like expecting to like hit the ground, and it's like soft. I'm like, but it's slimy and it's gross. It was, what it was we landed in the landfill. Oh shit. Apparently at some point this city had pissed off Saddam, and he'd shut off all their services, power, water, waste, trash. And it'd been this way for I don't know how long, like well over a year. So we landed in this landfill of just trash. It was disgusting. And we're in full mop suits,
God.
So we managed to fight our way through, and I'm like,
why the mop suits?
It was still chem threat. So we're still searching for weapons of mass destruction at this point, So everything was in chem suits at this point, we have chem suits, booties on the back, mask on the side, gloves in pockets. Okay. So, but you have your J-slit on. And so we fight our way out of this goddamn landfill. It was unimaginably terrible. Okay. Finally, we like make it to this road, and like Mark was like,
oh, you guys halved in on an offset.
Yeah. So like it was, probably like maybe 500 meters from the edge of the city. Okay. And so it took both me and Mark a minute to figure out where the hell we were, because they landed us way off where we were supposed to. And then, so we kind of got ourselves oriented, and then we got everybody else oriented, and everybody adjusted, and then we're going to the buildings that we're supposed to secure. Okay. And again, now like we enter the city, and we're expecting Mogadishu. Okay. Saving Private Ryan, like
Did you guys all get dropped off at different locations?
No, we pretty much landed in a straight line, like the whole company did. I mean, maybe it was more like an L shape or something like that. But the plan was everybody was going to converge and surround the hospital, and we had different buildings to secure that we were going to basically fight our way to secure those buildings so we could have overwatch, and then we could 175 could come in with the convoy, and then the Navy SEALs could land, have tea, and save Jessica Lynch and get all the credit for it.
Write the book.
What's that?
Don't forget to write the book.
Yeah, and write 67 books about it. But anyway, we'll get into that. So anyway, we enter the city, and man, we're just every window is going to have a PKM in it. There's going to be RPGs on the roof. We're just expecting chaos. This is crickets, man. Like nothing.
Super quiet. Like eerie.
Really. So now, again, exactly where you're going. Okay, they're drawing us into the city. So eventually we make it to the target building that our squad's supposed to secure. And I'm like, so we run up to it, and like our imagery wasn't good enough. I didn't know where the door was, where the entry door was. And the first door I saw was like down an alleyway. I was like, Mark, there's a door down here. He's like, okay, let's go up. I was like, hey, I'm going to breach this door. Because there was like this big chain around it. Like, weave through it. And that was my like first indicator after like kind of like there's no one in this building. Like this building's like abandoned. I was like, but it's like 2 or 3 stories. So maybe there's just on the second floor, and the bottom floor is like empty. And so I like set up this, I take out a flex linear, like just an 18-incher. And I just push it down in between the chain, and I give shit Mark about this all the time. So put in the I had a 6.4 delay, initiator. So I pop it, and I'm like, go. So because it's just this really thin, like kind of walkway alleyway, and Mark says he hits it by accident. I don't believe him. I think he did it on purpose. There was this like oil drum in the alleyway. And so Mark runs out first, and the oil can falls over, and I freaking go ass over Tico over this freaking oil drum. And I don't make it out of the alleyway. The charge goes off. Okay. So anyway, I'm like, get like reoriented, and we go in, we clear the bottom floor. There's no one on the bottom floor. And then we go up to the top floor, or we're like, okay, stairwell, let's go to the second floor. Now, important ejection point, our ROE was this. If they have boots, shoot them. Like, okay. That was, obviously if they have a gun, shoot them too. But, that was our ROE. So we go up to the second floor, my team's on me, and we bust through the door. I think I was able to just like kick that door. And we go in like a little bit into a kitchen, and then it opens up into this family room. And there's this dude sitting there with like his whole family. It was a huge family too. And I remember like I'm looking, we're like, white lights, we're like looking. And then I look, and I see that my saw gunner Pritchard and Chipperez, both of their lights are on his feet.
They're looking for boots.
Yeah. And I'm like, hey, dumbasses, like look for a gun first,
Yeah, that's funny.
And anyway, so we didn't shoot the guy, and anyway, we end up, we clear the top floor, and man, that's pretty much it. There was one dude that got shot like outside on the roof because he came out with like a gun or something, and I can't remember I think it might have been 3rd Platoon that shot him. But by and large, there was nothing. We secured it. 175 is the ones that had the brutal job. When we called them in, they came in. They secured the floor. The doctor, or maybe it was a janitor that was a human source, telling them that Jessica was there, opened the door for them. They almost shot him. But he opened the door for him. And he said, hey, she's up on the second floor. So they went and started clearing the hospital, and they basically identified her. And then the Navy SEALs landed on the roof, came down, almost shot the Rangers. And they're like, whoa, no, like the building's secure. Stop. Like, knock it off. Like, it's going to be fine. Like, here she is. Like,
was it blue or was it a bunch of white soft guys?
Nah, it was blue. Yeah, anyway, so, and then the really gory part started of the work. 175 had to excavate all the bodies in the soccer field from all her section. They basically had killed.
I forgot about that, man.
Yeah, they'd either killed them, in the firefight that when they ambushed, or they pretty much killed everybody, that except for her. She was the only one that they didn't kill, and they buried him in the soccer field out back. So 175, and it'd been 2-3 days. I don't remember how long. This is the middle. This is the heat. It's definitely hot. It ain't the summer, but it's hot enough. And so the 175 had to excavate all the bodies and put them all in body bags, and it was brutal, dude.
I totally forgot about that part of the story, dude. It's been so long. It's been years, man. Yeah, I forgot about that. Why? I don't remember why. Why was she spared?
I don't know either. And I've heard a lot of different things. I'm hoping to sit down with her.
That'll be a good interview.
Yeah.